Students, last time we have started with the time study, the second part of the work study. First, we have seen method study and then the time study, that is the work measurement. So, we have seen some introduction to the work measurement. Next is the steps in work measurement, what is to be followed. So, first is to select the job, which job we want to make the study of. So the job to be timed means the job which is performed by an operator for which we want to carry out the study regarding the time. Then second is obtain and record. So everything regarding that job, such as details about the operator, such as the job details, what the actually to be done, then in what conditions he is doing, so working conditions also, so every detail should be noted down. Then that job or that activity which that operator is carrying out to be divided into smaller elements, the elements their breakdown, that is known as define. And then next is measure. So we have to whatever we have formed the number of elements for an activity, the time duration for each element to be measured. Then to extend, so observed time into normal time. So whatever time we have uh, got for that particular element should be noted down and it should be taken as normal time. Then in normal time we have to add the allowances. What are allowances, that we'll see in detail. Relaxation and personal allowances, this is to be added, and then that leads to what, the standard time for that operation. So normal time plus the allowances is the standard time. So these are the steps to be followed while carrying out the time study or work measurement. Then the steps in work measurement, that will see: select the work to study, obtain and recording all the information about the job, the operator and the surrounding conditions which is likely to affect the carrying out of the work. Then break down the operation into elements, measure the time by means of the stopwatch, simple stopwatch. At the same time, assess the operator's effective speed of work relative to the observer concept of normal speed. This is called as performance rating. So, who is the observer and who decides the normal time for performing a job, and the operator who is operating. So, he will have to relate the operator's time or the time taken by that operator to perform that job with the predetermined time or the standard time which is having in the mind of observer or the concept of the observer. So this is called as performance rating. This we also will see in detail in the next slide. So adjust the observed time by rating factor. So we will have to go for the rating factor also. Sum the normal times of each element to develop the total normal time for the task. So that task or that job or that activity we have divided into number of elements. We have carried out the time study for each element. Then the time for each element is to be added to form the normal time of that particular job or that activity or that task. Then determine the allowances to be made over and above the normal time of operation. So we have to determine the allowances. Now what are allowances, that we are going to see in detail. Then that are to be added in normal time, and this will give you the standard time. So test and review standard whenever necessary or wherever necessary. Time study equipments are stopwatch, study board, time study form. So simple equipments are there: stopwatch, with the help of which we can get the time required for that performing of that job. Study board can be there, where we can write the time taken by that, and time study forms are there that can be filled with the data by the observer while studying. So very obviously stopwatch is one of the principal timing devices used for measuring the time taken by the operator to complete the job. Simple stopwatch can be used. So it is the time measuring instrument having the range 1 hour to half hour. Use of stopwatch is very easy and simple. Everybody knows that. There are two hands. two indicators are there, one is shorter and one is longer, one is for second and one is for the minute. The shorter hand indicates the second and the longer hand indicates the minute. So this is we all know stopwatch which is used. Then there are time study forms where we can write the there are blank papers and we can write the uh, readings or the observations we have made. So it is a printed and a well tabulated chart to carry out the time study. The form contains all the headings under which the observation should be recorded. The form size is selected as per the convenience, but usually A4 size is there for the standard size, we can say, as we can store it very easily and safely. So this is what is the study board chart prints with the help of which we can then the operation is there, then the observed time is there, then per hour at speed is there, per hour actual is there, then machine number, tools and other things are used. So for that, for the observation purpose, we have this table. Study board is there. It is a flat board, usually of plywood, and it can hold a stopwatch, where we can say the stopwatch can be attached to that study board, and it will be easier to note the time, and we can put the time on this paper which is attached on the study board. Then next is performance rating. Now performance rating is the process of adjusting the actual pace of working of an operator by comparing it with the mental picture of pace on operator working at normal speed. So the concept which is there in our mind, that this job should be performed within this much time. So that time taken by the operator and the time which is in their the mind is nothing but the performance rating. You can say performance rating is observed time upon normal time into 100. So normal time for the performance of that job, and the observed time observed time of the operator who is doing that job. So observed time upon normal time into 100 is performance rating. So we can rate the worker or that operation of the worker with the help of this type of study. Whether he is slow, whether he is fast, whether he is to the normal speed or what we can do. Then the allowances, as we can see, the normal time taken by an operator plus the allowances is the standard time. So what are the allowances that we'll see? An amount of time added to the normal time to provide the personal delays, provide for personal delays, unavoidable delays and fatigue of the operators. Now these things are obviously coming when we are doing continuously a job for 8 hours for a day long period for a shift, and all the time we cannot be so attentive or so efficient. So the human body is entitled for the fatigue, and hence we can say that such type of allowances are to be added. So allowances when added to the normal time, it results in standard time. In other words, standard time is equal to the normal time plus allowances. This already we have seen. The type of allowances are personal allowances, fatigue allowances and delay allowances. What are personal allowances, that we will see. A worker cannot work continuously like a machine. As I have already told you, we are human being. A worker is a human being, and he cannot or she cannot work for just like a robot or a machine, and hence personal allowances is provided to him in order to satisfy his personal needs. जसं तो मधात पाणी प्यायला जाईल, टॉयलेटला जाईल. So this type of things he may do intermittently. So that time will have to add with plus the standard time of performing that job will give plus the normal time performing that job will give you the standard time. So a worker cannot continuously work like a machine. So hence personal allowances is provided to him in order to satisfy his personal needs. So when the work is heavy and done under favorable conditions, particularly in hot, humid atmosphere, we can say, more than 5% allowance should be made to the personal time. So if the conditions, working conditions, or the environment in which the operator is not working is not comfortable, say we can say if some temperature is very high or humidity is very high, or say the temperature is very less even, so in that situation some 5% of allowances to be added with the personal time. Then next is fatigue allowance. Fatigue allowance can be defined as physical and mental weariness, real or imagined, existing in a person and adversely affecting his ability to perform a work. So everybody who is continuously doing a job, I have told you the fatigue will be there, and fatigue can be reduced, but it cannot be eliminated, because every body who is, or we can say every worker who is working and consuming his energy in performing that job, so after some period of time he will feel, he will have, he will try to get relaxed, and that time we can say this type of allowances are to be added. So fatigue is the results of unhealthy working conditions. So it leads, or it depends on what conditions he is working in, environment he is working in. So unhealthy working conditions, physical exertions, lack of concentration. So all these things will lead to what? Fatigue. So rest or relaxation allowance is given to a worker to overcome the fatigue. So allowance is given to the worker in this and can be added to the normal time. Then next is delay allowance. Now delay can be unavoidable or avoidable. That we'll see. Delay may be avoidable and unavoidable. Intentional delays will not be considered in determining the time standard. So if it is done intentionally, then it cannot be considered in calculating the time. So avoidable delays, unavoidable delays for process allowances and special allowances. Then next is the standard time. So what is standard time? Is observed time into rating factor. That is what is the standard time. Plus personal allowance, fatigue allowance, delay allowance, work related contingency allowance, whatever it may be, all these allowances to be added in the observed time, that is normal time, that will give you the standard time. So performance rating, observed time, performance rating, normal time, allowance fraction, that is to be added and will give you the standard time. Then there are components of standard time given. This will see that observed time, performance rating factor, personal fatigue, all these things are given in this sheet. So we'll see this in detail, no doubt. These are this is the standard time study say form. Element description, observed time, average time, rating factor, normal time, allowances, and the standard time finally. So here the example is given, such as observed time if it is 8.6 minutes, performance rating is 0.95, that is the observed time upon normal time into 100. So observed time of that worker upon normal time in the concept of that observer into 100 is the performance rating, that already we have seen. So observed time is 8.6 minutes, performance rating is 0.95, that is in percentage. So allowance fraction is 95%, we can say performance rating 0.95. Allowance fraction is given as 0.125. So here we can see, find the standard time. How will we find? Normal time is equal to observed time into performance rating, that already we have seen. 8.6 into 0.95, that will be 8.17. Then standard time is normal time upon 1 minus allowance fraction, that is 8.17 upon 1 minus 0.125, that is allowance fraction. It gives you the 9.337 as the standard time. So we can broadly say that the normal time is nothing but the observed time plus performance rating. Observed time plus the performance rating. Then the standard time is what? Standard time is normal time plus allowances. Then next is predetermined motion time systems, PMTS. Now here the data is collected, data is gathered, this standard data, and that data is referred to know the actual work study, or we can say time study or work measurement. So PMTS is a work measurement technique where times established by basic human motions are used to build up the time for a job at a defined level of performance. So pratik motion, every motion is can be carried out in a standard time, and that will be that standard data will be referred to know what actually is going on. So PMTS is also called as predetermined time system, that is PTS, is a database of basic motion elements and their associated normal time values. So every motion, every moment, or every activity, every small element of an activity is having a standard time, and that standard time, this is nothing but a database where we are having all these normal times values for the every element, every activity, and the every normal time values together with a set of producers for applying the data to analyze the manual task and establish standard times for the task. So with the help of this type of data, we can analyze, we can study the manual task, की एखादं काम किती वेळात झालं पाहिजे स्टँडर्ड, हे आपण ठरवलेलं आहे, तो डाटा आपल्याजवळ आहे, तर आपण तेच तो डाटा वापरून त्याला आपण स्टँडर्ड टाईम ते होते आहे की नाही तितक्या वेळात हे पाहून आपण त्याचं ॲनालिसिस करू शकतो. दॅट इज व्हॉट इज PMTS. द PMTS database is most readily conceptualized as a set of table listing time values that corresponds to the basic motion elements. So every element is having its own time, and all these values are charted in a chart, listed all these time values corresponding to the basic motion elements, and this we can say can be used as a database. So it may be include the motions like reach, grasp, move, release. So every small moment while performing a job can be for that the time can be calculated and can be charted, and for standard time, and that can be done, that can be referred while studying the time taken. Advantages, as we can see, it is a very simple method. PMTS offers a number of advantages over stopwatch time study. With PMT systems, that is predetermined standard system, one time is indicated for a given motion irrespective of where such motion is performed. ती मोशन म्हणजे ती मोशन तुम्ही कुठेही करा, ती तितक्याच वेळात झाली पाहिजे. A PMT system which avoids both rating and direct observation can lead to more reliability in setting time standards. Now PMT systems मध्ये जो डाटा आहे तो ऑलरेडी आपण स्टँडर्ड डाटा आहे आपल्याजवळ, आणि तो आपल्याला त्याच्यामध्ये रेटिंग किंवा ऑब्झर्वेशनचं काम नाही आहे, म्हणजे प्रत्येकाचं वर्क ऑब्झर्व करायचं काम नाही आहे. त्याच्यामुळं आपण म्हणू शकतो की ते जास्त रिलायबल आहे. PMT systems are not too difficult to apply because they are very easy and can be less time consuming because the data is already there, and only things that we have to compare. PMT systems are particularly useful for very short repetitive time cycles such as assembly work in a electronic industry. So we can, म्हणजे एखादी गोष्ट, एखादी असेंब्ली करायची आणि ती किती वेळात झाली पाहिजे हे आपल्याला माहिती आहे. सो आपली त्या वेळात होते आहे की नाही आहे, दिस कंपॅरिझन वी कॅन डू व्हेरी इझिली. नेक्स्ट इज मेथड टाइम्स measurements, that is MTM. These are very simple techniques used for carrying out the time study. So MTM is a procedure which analyzes any manual operation or method into basic motions required to perform. So whatever job or that activity is to be done, then what type of motion it will require, that is what is the MTM, and assigns to each motion a predetermined time standard. So it is not only studying the motions related to carrying out that activity, but also it can give the time required to carry out that activity, that is what is MTM. So which is determined by the nature of the motion and the condition under which it is made. MTM gives you values of fundamental motions of reach, move, turn, grasp, position, disengage and release. Such type of micro motions can be analyzed with the help of MTM. So MTM studies provides the following kinds of information: developing effective work methods prior to production. So before going for production, we know the standard method of producing that or effective method of producing that. Then improving existing methods to increase the production and decrease the labor cost per unit. So this is very obvious. By studying all this, we can increase the rate of production. Establishing time standard as basis for wages and incentive plans. पेमेंट्स जे करायचे आहेत वर्कर्सला, सो वी कॅन सेट दी टाईम स्टँडर्ड्स दॅट 8 तास आहे, 8 तासात इतकं काम झालं पाहिजे, तर इतकं काम झालं तर इतके पैसे मिळतील. सो दिस टाईप ऑफ थिंग्स वी कॅन डू विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस व्हेरी इझिली. डेव्हलपिंग दी टाईम फॉर्म्युलाज अँड or standard data for future use. Guiding product design for most efficient manufacture. So we can also that by doing all this time study and all that, we can also suggest some changes in the design, product design. Developing effective tool design for most efficient manufacturing. Selecting effective equipment for most efficient manufacturing. So we can, by studying all this, we can go for improvement in design, we can go for improvement of the tools and the equipments used. All this we can do with the help of such type of. So this is the sample given here. 2 samples are given here. So we can see here the things which are quoted. We can read it from this and we'll get it. So that is the MTM technique of, that is methods time measurement, technique of time measurement. So this completes your unit number 3. So next time we'll start with the unit number 4. Thank you.